Welcome back to the Ladies of the Night podcast with your host, Carson and
Hunter. Alright, this is a wanky week. It's the first weekend before the election.
hell yeah, that's when this is coming out.
Yeah.
That's why I did the salute thing. I didn't take my hat off though.
Yeah.
Hat staying
Means
on,
you
but
care
I'll do
too
the
much.
salute. Care too much about what?
The country, I don't know. The
Oh,
election, respect for the presidency.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, right. It was a wanky election, right?
It is, it's crazy. Closest one in forever.
Forever, always.
It's close.
Yeah. It's something, and
Because
the weird shit that's been going on with it.
we've been alive to have went through 4 elections now, I'm pretty sure. This would be the 4th one.
Don't keep
This
count.
one, Biden, Trump, Hillary, and then whatever the fucking Obama one was.
Yeah.
And then were we alive? Yeah, so 5 because the two Obama ones.
Do not remember the Obama.
Because
one,
when did Bush go out of president?
I
Be not president anymore. Like
couldn't
2003,
fucking remember.
2002. I'm looking this up.
Yeah.
When was George, not Washington, George, you motherfucker, George Bush president?
George
No.
Washington be rolling in his grave.
It gave me George H.W. Okay, right here. Till 2009.
Oh.
That's way later than what I thought.
Yeah.
How the fuck? Oh, okay, that makes sense then. I thought. Okay, so then Obama was 2009 to 2017. Okay,
I mean,
there we go.
Then.
So then Obama, when we went through. No, because we would have went through the George Bush one too, because 2009 to so George Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden, and then whoever wins this one. So 6. We've been through 6.
It's a
That's
handful.
not bad. That's not bad.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
And through those 6, I've only paid attention to 3.
We're gonna live through some wanky ass elections too. So that's
And
something.
not only have I only paid attention to 3, I've really only paid attention to 1, and that is this one because it's important.
I paid attention to 3 pretty well.
Well, because the last
especially
one,
the past 2.
Well, this is the first one I can vote in.
Yeah.
So obviously, like I didn't fully pay attention to the last one between Biden and Trump. I remember watching some of their fucking debates and shit, but other than that, like, nothing. And then, the one before that with Hillary and Trump, did not watch a single thing other than on election night, and then whenever he got, like, is it inaugurated? Whenever he's, like, putting his hand on the Bible, I was like, yeah, okay. I remember watching that at school
God,
in the
I can't
library.
imagine.
That's not there no more. And just watching it on the TV and everybody being like, oh my god.
Like, how salty would you be if you're the president, right? You lost your re-election shit. You gotta transfer it over to the other dude. And you're just fucking looking at him like, you bastard.
And you have to shake their hand. Probably.
Yeah. I don't think you have to, but, it's kind of expected to be respectful.
If anything, everybody knows that to be the president, it's really stressful.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't know what the fuck you're
Why do
doing.
you think Biden likes ice cream so much?
He's stress eating.
He's stress eating ice cream.
But yeah, I don't know. I think if it was a hard, thoughtful fight, then I'd be like, okay. Like if I was president and I think the person was good enough to run the place, I'd be like, okay. And they won. I'll relinquish it over. I'm like,
normally, though, probably not.
But if
It's just so
I
contentious,
know
it's
they're
like, fuck
not,
you.
and it's like this is just a ridiculous pick, just because they don't want me to be president anymore or whatever the fuck. Or if they're like, this guy's too old or this guy's too young, let's, whatever the fuck, let's get this other dude out of here. Then I'm going to be like, okay, you guys are just being dumb. But no,
Yeah, at
our
this point, it's
school,
always like, why him or whatnot.
our school used to have a library.
Yeah, and it was me and you and Josh, right? That'd go to the library.
Well, we all used to. Me, you, Josh, Michael. Well,
Well, not really. Mike.
no, because this was 6th grade. We weren't even hanging out with Josh yet in
Ah,
6th grade. So we would just all go. Me, you, Michael, Matthew.
well, at one point
fucking-
it was 3 of us.
Me, you, and fucking Michael or Matthew. It'd have to, but like Lane and Austin, maybe one of them, Lane or Austin, maybe, and then
Because I remember I'm thinking like 7th grade or something.
I don't know. We would go all the time, 7th grade too, and we would go in 8th grade too.
'Cause
Josh
they
would
do
go
the,
in 7th
like,
grade.
Line up, you know.
Yeah.
I think I mainly just remember the Josh ones.
Yeah, that would have been 8th grade, and we went every now and again. Yeah. I don't know, but
I think we all had kind of reasons to just not be outside.
especially when it got cold, we were just like, because they would just go to the gym, and we're like,
Nah.
library. Because if we went to the gym, we had to fucking watch people play fucking basketball and shit, and we just got to sit there and do fucking.
I'd like to
jack off.
say you were like, oh, I'm sore from football or whatnot. I don't really want to run around.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then I'm like, my allergies fucking suck. I don't want to be outside. And then who knows who else?
But I think we had more fun in the library than what
We did have a
outside.
great time in the
Because we
library.
do a bunch of shit in the library.
Grab
We ain't
random
reading
ass
the fucking
books.
Yeah,
We'd look at the
books.
titles.
Yeah, we weren't reading
Make fun of the
them.
titles.
But we would we'd play games in there too. The fucking What was that one game with the fucking where we put our heads down? Not heads up 7-Up because that's what that sounds like. But our heads down and like the
That's immediately what
the
I thought.
assassin or whatever the fuck, and like the spy or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Mafia.
Oh.
Whatever
Yeah, that
the
was
fuck
when we
that
did
was.
like the whole group shit.
Yeah, it was like Mafia kill you, the detective kill.
Played
this,
Mafia a lot.
all
Like
the
I did
fucking
even on
time.
the bus.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
I don't know if I was that good at it, but
There's games out there now that are like that, just not Mafia, but they're actual like card games, but like you.
Among Us.
It's cool. No, there's like a werewolf game and like some other shit.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It's become a more popular thing.
our school got rid of the fucking library. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
No one read.
And they got rid of it.
No
like,
one could
our-
read at the school.
I want to say like our sophomore year they got rid of it because they replaced it with the because they replaced it
It was
with
so
the new
sad.
office and stuff. But they didn't put another library in the school. It's just because nobody was really using it. But I feel like
All those
people did
books
use it.
were kind of random as hell and old.
I feel like nobody used it for a library, but
No.
everybody still used it as a place to go. It was fun to just go.
Well,
to.
they did the fucking, what was it, where they sell the books and random shit.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
the
what that was.
Scholastic Book Fair.
Yeah, the book fair. That's what it was.
No, but like.
I remember
That was
I
a
used to
big
buy all the
library,
Diary
too.
Wimpy Kid books from that.
Yeah. That was a pretty big room. That library was pretty big.
Yeah, it was huge.
It was fairly big.
And it was cool.
It was cool. Why'd you guys take it away? And, like, you gotta think, there's students there now, and there has been students there that had never experienced a library ever being in that fucking building.
So sad.
It's sad.
The thing with the library, too, was it had all the older yearbooks in it, too. Which was cool.
Yep. It was cool, because then you got to look back and, hey, I think I know this person.
Yeah.
I know this kid's son. He's in my grade, or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? But that connects with the election, because I remember seeing the inauguration with, in the library. I was just sitting there, we were doing something.
Yeah.
I remember watching the TV, and Trump was up there with his hand on the fucking thing, and he was like, I swear, blah, 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 whatever the fuck.
On the bibble.
Speaking of Trump, he just did his McDonald's thing. Right?
Oh, my fucking God.
This week.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're pre-recording this, but
Yeah.
he worked at McDonald's. And apparently people were saying, obviously, but people are mad.
They're mad?
I don't give a fuck what you are. If you're a Republican, Democrat, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, Democrats or liberals, whatever the fuck, they're getting mad because a photo got posted of a printed piece of paper from that McDonald's location that was like, hey, we're going to be closed on this day because former President Donald Trump's going to be here, serving food, blah, 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 and we're not actually going to be open. So what they're mad about is that, like, all the workers and apparently all the customers that were coming through were apparently actors. Like, they weren't actual people that worked there.
I mean, they were probably the press, because the press was there.
But they were mad that the people that were working with him were actors and not the people working at that McDonald's. But
I don't know.
no shit, because if I had almost been assassinated as many times.
Yeah, the Secret Service
months,
probably would not allow that shit.
I'm not going to be working with some random crackhead from this fucking McDonald's in wherever the fuck he shot that at. And then
yeah, I saw a sign where it
like,
said locally owned, so it's not like a corporate one.
No, and it's like they had to, like, the workers knew that Trump was coming there, so it's like, oh, let me bring my gun. I'm going to be right up next to him. So it's like, let me just do that.
It was, I'm assuming if they did do actors, it's like people that have worked at McDonald's.
Yeah, but since I've worked at McDonald's, I am friends with people on Facebook that I worked with at McDonald's, and a certain person was like, of course he would use actors, blah blah blah, like whatever.
I mean, Kamala does like, the same shit, so it's like
none of them would actually know how to do a job here, blah blah blah, because they're just actors. And,
it's McDonald's.
It's fucking McDonald's.
Trump was learning it within the day. Like, come on.
It don't matter. It's yeah, you can figure it out.
My favorite part of that all is when he was talking to the press through the fucking window. Yeah. He's like, I've now worked 15 minutes longer than Kamala at McDonald's.
Yeah, and the guy in the background is like, he is ignoring some of those people, because there's this guy in the background like, would you put this on your resume? And then he's not fucking answering them.
That would have been a funny question to answer, though.
But then the guy, I don't know if it's the same dude, but somebody was like, why would she lie? Because Trump was like, lying Kamala, I've worked here for 15 minutes more than her, blah, 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 whatever. And then somebody's like, why would she lie? And he's like, he just didn't answer. Like, some of the questions just wasn't the answer.
It's kind of obvious why you would. Seem more down to earth, right?
Yeah, but I just found it funny when Bill Clinton was like, she's the second presidential nominee to work I don't know if that's even right, like, at McDonald's, because I think he was saying maybe he did or something like that. I don't fucking know.
It's weird how McDonald's became a bit of a focus point.
When the place is a shitty place to work at.
Yeah,
depending on the McDonald's you work at, I guess. But probably not.
I mean, even the corporate ones probably aren't that amazing.
No. I hated working at McDonald's over the summer. Used to love it. Not now.
Not no more.
No. It got sour real quick.
Yeah, this is a weird election. You got one of the candidates just going on fucking podcasts all the time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they both kind of are, but like, yeah.
Kamala less so. She does more, not so much podcasts, but other shit.
She's done a few.
Yeah, but it's not her main thing, right?
Yeah.
She'll do some interviews, but not so much podcast. The weird one was her Call Me Daddy one or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, that was
yeah.
random as fuck.
But you know who got them doing that? My boy RFK.
Oh, that's
He was
true. He
doing
did start it.
podcasts fucking forever ago. Way fucking
Yeah.
last year he was doing podcasts.
I remember seeing him on some.
So like obviously that's going to give them the idea to do it too, but because
It's
his
really the
main,
smart decision, because then you're
well his,
actually reaching the voters.
yeah, and his focus was because he was the independent party. He was not being pushed out at all in any kind
Yeah,
of
the
news source
media
or
hated
anything
him.
like that. So what is he gonna do? He's gonna fucking flip the media around instead of going to the adult media, you know, the news and all that shit.
Yeah.
He's gonna go to the fucking younger people, the younger
I mean,
voters.
the main
YouTube,
media shit is.
TikTok, all of it.
I've seen polls like confidence in it is at an all-time low.
Yeah.
Really, they're too large for what they are.
Because you can't, you just can't, no matter what is being said or talked about, you can't believe any of it. It's ridiculous. People say
Imagine.
that the internet is like the worst thing to get your information from. No, I think it's the fucking news. The
Yeah,
news might be the worst thing to get your
most
information
biased
from
shit in the world.
now. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. And why is it so hard to find a news source that
It's
isn't
weird.
fucking biased in some way? Like, who gives a fuck?
You
Why
like
do
you
you
look
have
at
to
it and
be
you're like, I
political?
can't believe half the shit you just said. That's crazy.
Why do you have to be politically leaning in some way?
Yeah,
And
when
try
I
to be
read an
convincing
article
somebody?
that isn't politically leaning, I'm shocked. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow, this is actually crazy. They just gave me what happened.
and it's interesting because when the shit first starts, like the last 2 years of a president's like running and or like the last year, and you know the ballots are starting to like people are starting to get elected and all this other
Yeah.
shit. The ballots are whatever the fuck.
The
You know,
campaigning
people are
starts.
running. Yeah, when the campaign starts, that's when you see the most wackiest of news about
Yeah.
any of the motherfuckers.
They're really
then-
heating it up.
As it gets down to the specific two, that's when it's just like they're
It gets
just
absurd.
you really know when they're trying to just pull something out their ass just to get
Oh
somebody to
yeah, I
click on
see
it.
it
It's ridiculous.
all the time.
And you know, some could say YouTubers used to do that in like 2017, 2018. The clickbait titles.
I mean, they still do it. The thing is, you
Oh,
got a
yeah.
variety.
Yeah. But with the
Like-
news, it's just like the specific person every time. Or that
Yeah,
specific person.
the news shit. It's like it's all politically biased. You can find a YouTuber that isn't.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just you got options.
You know, Theo Vaughn just had JD Vance on his
Oh,
podcast.
that's something.
Yeah. And Theo has had Trump on there. He's had
Yeah.
other politicians. He's had
I find it very interesting that politicians go on his podcast.
yeah, because he
It's a
still
really
says
weird
the most
one.
random
Yeah.
shit, and they're just like the one with JD Vance. I seen a clip of it. Theo was like, "Is it bad to say that you just can't do cocaine in this country anymore?" And JD Vance is just like, he laughs, but he's like, "Can I laugh at this kind of thing?" And then he's like,
Why the fuck would you say that?
he was like, "You know what? I'm not gonna fully agree with that, but after, because he's like, we're gonna win, blah blah blah, because
Yeah.
he's the fucking vice president. So he's
He's
like,
gotta say it.
he's like, after we win, I'm saying that on national television. Like, why can't we get cocaine like we used to be able to?"
Now it's all
like a-
fentanyl. It's bullshit.
And Vance was like, "You know, I've done bad things in my day, but cocaine's not one of them." Which I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But
Right? That's what I thought. I'm like,
he's a politician. He's had to do a little something every now and again. You never know.
it'll pick me up.
Yeah. Sometimes people need it.
I'm just
know what I
assuming
mean?
it was probably when he's younger.
Oh yeah, if he did. Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
assuming he did something at some point.
But Theo had that one guy that he's like a fascist or capitalist or fucking something.
Hmm.
God, Bernie Sanders. There we go.
Fascist.
I don't know. I was pulling something out of my ass. I don't
Like
know
a
what he is.
socialist or
Socialist.
communist.
Okay, I
Yeah.
couldn't. I couldn't think of the name. I was just thinking of.
Oh, Bernie.
But he's
I
had
think
Bernie
I've seen
Sanders
clips
on
from
there.
that.
Yeah, he's had him on there, and he's had
Bernie's looking quite
RFK.
rough anymore.
He's fucking like 86
Yeah,
or something. Like he's up there, so it's like
He's looking like he's ready to expire.
it's crazy that Jimmy Carter. I'm pretty sure he might. I think he's that one. Just turned like 100 or something
Damn.
like that. Jimmy Carter, right?
Hundreds when you're like, I want to die now.
Yeah, he's 100. He just turned 100 at October 1st. So when this comes out, it would have been a month since he turned 100.
Fuck. I find it hilarious when you see like the videos of like the dude celebrating his 102nd birthday.
Yeah.
What do you want for your birthday? I just want to die.
Well, there's videos of like there's a video I seen of this like granddaughter or daughter or whatever, kind of younger, sitting with like her grandma or mom or whatever, and she's just recording, and they're like sitting on a bench in like a park or something. They're just talking, and the grandma goes, "You know, I just love to be dead." And she does not look that old. Maybe like late 70s, early 80s. But like even then, they're saying it. They're just like, but like my great grandma, she's 81. I'm pretty sure. And like even her sometimes, like she doesn't say it that often, but I've heard her say it before. She's just like, I just can't
Depends
wait.
on how many of your friends are alive.
Well, yeah.
And it's like you've already seen your great grandchildren, so you're like, I'm good.
Well, her husband has been dead for like years. Since,
Yeah.
Like the 90s
So-
or 2000s. So like,
Yeah, when you're getting really old, you
Yeah.
definitely don't have a partner anymore. One of you had to die.
yeah. Well, there's some cases where you're both like fucking 90 something, and then
That's
one of you dies.
crazy.
But that's usually what you see is that like a lot of those ones where they are like 90 something and they're both alive, and then one of them dies. The other one dies like a few months.
Yeah, that
if
happened
not a
to
year
my
later.
great grandparents. It's like
It happens to animals too, though.
yeah,
Like,
they
I
just,
think it's just
give up. You know,
and
they've
that's
been
just,
with this person so long, and then they don't have them anymore, and they
I
don't
think
have
that's
friends.
just life.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because I was gonna say human nature, but it does happen to animals too.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just life. After a while,
reminds
it's
me
just
of that fucking video of the dude filming the rabbits. He's like, "Oh, you grieving for your buddy?" And then he just
oh
starts
yeah, the
fucking
dead
the dead
rabbit.
body.
And then he fucks it, yeah. And
That's
he's
some
like,
real
"Oh,
rabbit
shit."
shit.
Peter Cottontail right there. He's getting down to business.
You feel
No.
bad so briefly.
Jimmy Carter. I looked it up. He is 100. Like I said,
Old
October
bitch.
1st. He was born 1924.
God,
You know
he's been
who-
through some shit.
You know who was president when he was fucking born?
See,
I don't know,
that
so
would
I'm
be
gonna
a
look it
crazy ass life. Imagine
It would.
you live through fucking the crazy World War shit, the Cold War, and then you become president. You're like, what the fuck is going on in my life?
Woodrow Wilson was
Damn.
president. His second term expired in 1921. Okay, so he wouldn't have been when Jimmy Carter was born. So then who was fucking president? Yeah. Oh, Calvin Coolidge, the quiet
Oh.
one.
Yikes.
The quiet guy. Yeah, that would, because you always think back on that kind of stuff. That would be crazy. Just a matter of like
I
he was
can't
born
remember.
right after the First World War.
Yeah.
And then he's in his early teens, like 15, 16 years old during the Second World War. Definitely
And had
old
to
enough-
live through the Great Depression as he's growing up.
Definitely had to go to war during like the Cold War because that's right fucking after.
Yeah.
If he didn't go during World War II, I don't know if he fought in the wars or not.
Who
I have no
knows?
clue. But and then just all the wars after that, because we had so many in between
Yeah,
the
we had a lot
time.
of
Like
shit.
everybody always talks about World War One and World War Two because those are huge fucking wars.
Yeah.
So many happened just with our country alone
Vietnam,
after that
Korean War,
in a span
Afghanistan,
of
the Gulf
the
War.
whole 20th century.
And we're like
but
the only country that's been consistently going to war.
and he was president from 1977 to 1981. A while ago.
Yeah.
Like 50, 60 years ago. 50, 40
And
years
he's
ago.
only seen things go downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. He's seen us after World War II, and when we peaked, and then he's
The
just
boom.
been watching it go down ever since.
Because it did. It boomed. And then just...
Yeah, because we had all that money that we made from the war.
But he did say, this is on record, he did say that he's voting for Kamala Harris. He's like,
Oh my god, the amount of people
'Cause
they get.
before his 100th birthday, they were like, ask him questions or whatever about his 100th birthday. He's like, yeah, I just want to live to 100 where I can vote for Kamala Harris. Now, I don't wish anything bad against this guy at all. I'm glad to hear that he even reached 100 because that's just crazy.
I'm glad to hear he could still form a sentence.
And he's probably already voted, but wouldn't it be funny if he... It's kind of rude because it's not funny that the guy's dying, but like, wouldn't it be funny if he died the day before he was able to vote for Kamal? Like, wouldn't that just be funny? No?
That'd be something.
It'd be ironic.
It would be. And in a way, it would be funny because of that.
Yeah. So, who knows? I'm not going to be one of those people because I've heard the jokes like, oh, well, they would still mark him as a voter anyways, blah, blah, blah.
The stupid, they faked
Yeah.
the election results or
Yeah.
something, yeah.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. But we're not
That's
gonna-
probably what hurt Trump the most, was his tantrum.
Yeah, it was all speculation. You can't...
Yeah, it's like, there's no proof of that.
Yeah.
And they did shit, and they're like, we found 2 people that it was, like, wrong. And that was, like, because of the address or whatever changed.
Yeah. That shit
It
was
was, like,
just
almost nothing.
ridiculous. If Trump, because it's so close, everybody knows it. I don't care who you
Yeah.
are. Everybody knows it. This race, and we said it earlier, is super close.
It's been
If
wacky.
Trump wins, he wins. He can't run again. He just wins.
Yeah.
If Kamala wins, he said he's not
I think
gonna
that's why
run again.
Democrats really don't want to deal with Trump. He has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
He's not seeking
doesn't.
re-election. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
I'm hoping that if he wins, that he has RFK with him, which I'm pretty sure is...
Yeah. Public
it's
health
set
is
in
where he
stone.
needs to be.
I think it's set in stone, because in a fucking thing, he legit, like, a few days ago, he said, like, I'm gonna let him go. I'm gonna let RFK go. He's gonna help us all out. He's gonna do all this stuff. But then I'm gonna have to bring him back in a little bit, because he has some crazy ideas. He's very ambitious.
heard a lot of people
like,
say that.
Because he is, but you also got a lot of people just saying crazy shit about RFK. Like,
Because
he
RFK
fucking-
says crazy shit himself.
Well, not just that, he's done crazy shit. Like his daughter, like I think a month or two ago, like said something, told a story about how they had heard that a dead whale carcass had washed up on a beach like hours away, and his dad was like, and her dad, RFK, was like, okay, pack up the car, and they were all like, where are we going? Where'd they go? They went to this dead whale carcass, and apparently
Have you
he
seen
cut.
that?
Apparently, he cut off the dead whale carcass's head and had it on top of their van or car, and then took it all the way back to their house or wherever they took it to. But I'm thinking, one, whales are fucking huge.
Yeah, that
No
seems
matter
hard to
what
believe.
the whale is, there's no way just RFK and his children are getting this whale carcass head on top
Let alone
of
if the
this fucking...
car can haul it.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't care if this is his daughter telling the story, and if it's true, I don't give a fuck. That's just crazy. But
Like, it's
then
not.
the media was like, RFK's crazy, like all
I
this other
mean,
shit. And I'm
the
like,
real
he's crazy.
stories of him are crazy, anyways.
But like everything that he does that's slightly weird, they just fucking take it, and they're
Oh
like,
yeah, they hate
like
him.
him. A picture
But-
of him came up of fucking him eating. He said it was a goat, but they're like, it looks like a dog. Everybody's like, it's a dog. It looks like a dog. Blah blah blah. So then he's like, it's a goat, but
Probably
okay.
goat, but
And then
alright.
he's trained ravens in his backyard to like
That
talk
seems
to him
very
and hang out with them,
RFK.
and then they're like, he talks to birds. It's like, but everybody says that's very RFK just because that's
Yeah, that's just his thing.
just let the dude.
There's
do
this
what he
video
wants to do.
I saw of him. I find it so hard to believe that it's real. Where it's like, oh, this is this grasshopper or whatnot. I'ma eat it and eat grass.
I don't doubt it.
I'm like, it looks real, but I'm like, that's so hard to believe that he actually ate it in the video.
Yeah,
Put
I
it
just love
down.
seeing the. I love seeing the videos where it's like alternate universe where RFK is the president, and it's a picture of him. It's just a stock image of him, and the mouth's just moving. It's just cut out mouth. It's just.
I think his voice is what really fucked him over too.
Because he's not only said that, but he knows it.
Yeah,
So,
it's like it's unfortunate.
And I don't even. He knows why his voice is like that, but I think it's just. I don't even know why his voice is
I don't
like that.
either. Unclear.
But the story he told about he's had a worm
In his
that
brain.
went in his brain and ate a part of his brain. Like, they fucking took that and ran with it.
They
Like, why is
really
it-
ran with that.
My question is, why is it always an animal? Or insect or something that he has the weirdest things to do with. He is an environmentalist guy, but why the fuck is it always
You
that?
know,
'Cause
truly a Kennedy.
Because, like, the story I remember him saying was that he, like, used to do an ass ton of drugs. Like, after his dad died and everything like that, he was
I'd
just a
believe
druggie.
it.
He was just a rich, druggy, fucking 20-year-old fuckface, whatever the fuck. Until, like, his 30s or 40s or whatever the fuck, when he was like, okay, maybe I need to start doing something with my life. And then became this environmentalist, and then he really helped, like, the New York canals and, like, cleaned up
Yeah.
a lot of shit. And then, like, started getting more into animal shit, too. And then now it's
Right.
like, I didn't even know who RFK was until he started
No.
running. And that's the same thing with, like, Kamala. I didn't know who Kamala was until she started running with Biden
Yeah,
last
Bo
election.
Biden.
I had no clue who she was. But that's just because certain...
She ran in the primaries with him.
And even then,
And
I didn't know
fucking
that.
lost.
But that's because I didn't... like I said earlier, I didn't
It's
pay
funny,
attention
she
to it.
called him racist. And
But then
then
was like...
he picks her for VP. You gotta backtrack.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I didn't mean it. I guess same thing
Yeah.
with, like, Vance.
Well, Vance
So-
did that same shit
Yeah,
with
so it was
Trump.
like,
He was
oh.
like, I don't like Trump, blah, blah, blah. But then he's like, yeah, politicians can change their mind.
No, they're
So-
full of shit. That's what it
Yeah,
means.
they want the money. Yeah, I get it. I could never be a politician.
Nah. You'd get too annoyed too easily. Like, you know what? Fuck you.
I would be letting everybody know everything right the fuck away. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. The FBI is
You know-
holding, the Santa Claus.
Kamala could probably
hostage.
bait you really easily,
Probably.
the way she did with Trump.
I bet she could. If it was me and Kamala. Okay, we're gonna go through this real quick. I'm gonna do it to you too.
And
If
then
it
we'll
was
go to the
me-
little man's big man shit.
If it was me and Kamala, and we were debating, she could easily. It's something that she'd say. It could easily spark because I have a specific attitude that just I'm nonchalant, I'm all cool, I'm everything else. But you got to say something that it just flicks this switch, and instantly I'm on your fucking ass about anything. I'm instantly fucking
Yeah.
mad. It does not matter. And it doesn't have to be just Kamala. It could be Trump. It could be fucking anybody. They flip that fucking switch with anything. A snarky remark or a
Yeah.
smart ass fucking anything. They're getting it right the fuck back. It does not matter how much money they have, who the fuck they are. I will do it to anybody because I don't give a fuck.
I just think Kamala stating the crowd sizes to Trump. Man
Yeah.
lost his shit.
He did get mad
Yeah.
because he was like,
No. I
And
have
the-
the best crowds. The best.
Yeah.
The largest.
the best, the largest. They're not like yours. Yours are small. Yours are over there. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I would love to be able to do a good Trump impersonation. I think that would. He is probably one of the best ones to be
I
able
think
to
you got to get the voice down. I think you got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. What about you? Would Kamala or Trump or whoever, would if they really get you going? If they hit the
I
right
think
spot?
Trump would probably get me more than Kamala.
Yeah. Kamala, you probably wouldn't let her. You would know she's probably gonna try
Yeah.
to, so you're like,
You're like, eh.
I'm not gonna let her psych me out.
But Trump's got a way to get under people's skin really easily.
That's
And
yeah.
I think he'd probably get me.
Like I said, I think any of them would with me, just because anybody. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are.
But that is Kamala's
Say the
strong
right thing.
suit. She can really get people going.
See, that's the funny thing. What people have said is that with Biden, Biden couldn't understand with Trump. So then
Yeah.
Trump couldn't use his bullying tactics on
Yeah.
Biden because he didn't understand. And then with Kamala lets him with Trump.
Yeah.
Like Kamala is like, yeah, let's do it. Let's argue. Let's.
Yeah.
So it's like,
She knows how to play men.
yeah.
But anyway, speaking of men, little man, big man's.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What is little man's, big man's, Carson?
I say it every time.
Every time.
And if you don't know, you're about to know.
You know?
See, I changed it up. You know? So Little Man's Big Man's is this company, this store, under a bigger company called GIMP Inc. that me and Hunter have completely came up with. It's
Yeah.
all this completely made up, weird nonsense, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, it's a store. Me and Hunter, each week, we come up with a weird, wacky, sexual, odd, whatever the fuck, disgusting
Mostly
item
just weird at this point.
that we want to sell at our store that we came up with. And sometimes it's not an item, sometimes it's an addition to the place. If that's last episode we had an In and Out at the place for a long time. We changed the name to
Little meats.
Little Meats. See, and we add a new character and everything else. So we have tattoo parlor. We have a slushy machine that sells slushy with drugs in it, and
Of course.
homeless man that is outside doing whatever the fuck. I don't remember what he's
The
doing.
homeless greeter.
But I'm telling you, if you go through the episodes and you watch them, it's all random fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
and
you
it's
just
crazy.
watch each episode to look at the little man's, big man's.
because it's all so random.
Episode
and
19 and up.
we never remember what the fuck.
No.
they are. After
Not the
some of
slightest
them we
fucking
do.
clue.
I remember all the early, not all the early ones, but like the early
The
ones.
only earlier one I remember is the opioid cream.
Opioid cream, Viagra butt plug, that kind of shit.
I did a lot of butt plugs.
The stinky pussy candle, because that's what I said, and then just invisible
Yeah.
condom. That's a newer one, and so on and so forth. So I went first last time.
Yes.
So I'm gonna let you give your item first this time.
Alright, sticking with the branded shit, I got little man's lunch boxes.
Ooh,
I'm imagining them very childish, you know?
yeah.
It's a grown man with like cartoon gimp man on the front of his lunchbox.
Our characters are on those lunchboxes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And we went over the
Dominatrix
characters
Grandma.
in our last episode. We got like 6,
Yes.
and there's gonna be more eventually.
Be like McDonald's.
Yeah, mascots, characters, whatever you want to call them, and they're all over those lunchboxes. Huh? Or is it
Yeah.
like a specific character for each lunchbox, but also
I'm
there's
thinking-
one.
Yeah,
there's
one with them
lunchbox
all.
with all,
And then there's each individual ones.
Gotcha. Just in case, like, a person's like, I love
The
Dominic
Randys.
Grandmommy. Yeah, or Randy's. They always clean me up every time. Randy's are barbers, by the way.
Yeah,
Didn't know.
barely clothed,
Yeah.
and they're rubbing each other up.
Okay.
They're definitely gay. Maybe brothers. Who really knows? They kind of look similar.
See, and that item is not weird. It's not
No.
sexual. It's not
No,
odd.
it's just a
normal
lunchbox.
item.
The only odd thing is the characters.
is the characters on it. Exactly. And that's why this company is so good.
Exactly.
Such a good company.
Cover the spectrum. You imagine a child with a Gimp Man lunchbox. You think they take that from him at school? You know?
Probably. But in that case, because we don't let children in there.
No.
In Little Man.
God,
Big
no.
Man. So, if anything, their parents bought that for them.
No, that's what I'm
Parent.
thinking. You know?
So it's like, who knows?
Reminds me of I think it was a comedy sketch or something.
Yeah.
It was making fun of Jewel, how they market the children.
Yeah.
It's got the lunchbox. Like, this is just a children's lunchbox. That's a Jewel carrying case.
Yeah, e-cigs are ridiculous. Juuls were the first one to do it, though.
And then they went so far that they got the government to shut them down. That's impressive, really.
Because
You really got to
And-
fuck up for the government to do anything about it.
and I'm sure there's been other vaping companies that have done that where they fucked up, but not in that case where I think
Yeah.
it was like the government was like, shut them down. Shut them down.
Because it
There's a
was
lot
too
of-
overt. You had, like, the people that were dealing out Juuls at school, which
I
was
remember that. It was
crazy.
ridiculous. You didn't live in high school or middle school unless you were there when the Juuls were just like,
It was
you went to the
everything.
bathroom and it was like, you got a Juul, you got a
Yeah, can I take a puff or whatnot, right?
What drove me nuts was when people would ask me, I'm like, I
No.
don't fucking do that, man. Chill out.
The crazy thing is,
fucking
you
feed
knew
it.
who you could buy ones off of as well. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
And it's just because their parents would buy them for them. or
Yeah, they
whatever,
were
so
literal
like-
dealers. That was the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, and I know this didn't just happen in our school. This happened
no.
all over. But I remember being in high school and people doing that shit. I remember middle schoolers. This is why in our school, at a certain point, they stopped letting because before, if you remember, we were the middle school would be in during the breakfast with the high schoolers.
Yeah.
But then when all the vaping shit started, there was middle schoolers buying the vapes off the high
Oh my
schoolers.
God.
And
Is that
so
why they
many
stopped?
of them got caught. I'm sure there was other reasons, but that was definitely one of them. Because so many middle schoolers got caught buying shit off the high schoolers, or the high schoolers selling them to the middle schoolers, that it was just like,
Crazy.
yeah. It
It
was
was a
kind of...
wild time.
And they made sure that, like, well, because when we were in middle school, like, we didn't eat when the high school ate, but, like,
No.
there was times where high schoolers would be in there, be around there whenever the middle school was in there. Or whatever.
Yeah,
But,
especially
like,
breakfast, because one
Yeah.
half was the high school. One half
but
was the middle
like
school.
when we were in high school, no, you did not see a single fucking middle school
No.
during lunch, like at all, or breakfast, but like mainly lunch. It was like none,
Keep them separate.
which is a good thing because you got those
Yeah.
seniors or super seniors that are like, I love myself a good middle schooler.
There's a lot of them. Dating middle schoolers, and you're like,
There was a lot of
usually
like
the
us.
Hicks.
Yeah,
Something
There was a
about them
hick kid that-
Hicks. They
I
like
just
them
told
young.
this story the other day to somebody that I remember there was this hick that rode my bus that him and his buddy, his hick buddy, would argue. And I remember one day they were bickering about something. It was a friendly little bicker, banter, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
They were, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. And the one dude was just like, at least I'm not dating a sixth grader. And I was just like, and we were like
So
juniors.
crazy.
We were juniors, so I was just like, what the fuck? That is disgusting.
Crazy.
That is disgusting.
Yeah.
So, but everybody just started dying fucking laughing. This kid did not say a single fucking
That's a
word.
heavy ass insult.
Because
That's
it's
devastating. Yeah.
true. Because if one of us were arguing or bickering in like a bantering kind of way, and one of you guys said that and it wasn't fucking true, I would light your fucking asses up.
See, you think you just hear someone say that and you're like, all right, they're dating a middle schooler. They're just exaggerating.
Yeah.
But no, it's like, oh, they're actually dating a sixth grader.
And I remember seeing that person with that sixth grader like a few weeks, months on. Like they were just like walking around holding hands. I'm like, you can't do that. You fuck, you disgusting
think of,
fuck.
Ryan.
Yeah. And now his,
Theirs
him
was
and
a
that girl-
lot better, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, because he was a senior and she was a freshman.
Still
And
weird.
you get that. It's still weird. But you do get that.
But I loved everyone making
lot
fun
more.
of him for it. Every time someone argued with them, they bring that shit up.
I remember the Halloween party that I went to, his friends was there, and he didn't come because his girlfriend didn't want him to come, because the last party we went to at that place, at that person's place that was holding that party, he got too fucked up and she was mad. So basically she was like, no, you're not going, blah, blah, blah. So his friends, we were like, oh, where's Ryan at? And his friends were like, oh, his girlfriend didn't let him come. And it was a Halloween party. And I was like, oh, did she want him to take her trick-or-treating? And they were like, we're taking that. And I was like, go right ahead, because that's hilarious.
It is. It's,
good.
the
He's
jokes
dating
are
a freshman,
funny.
okay? You just gotta let him have it. And he knew.
Yeah.
And he knew.
Because every time someone make the jokes, he'd just get quiet.
If you know
They were
somebody that's
funny as fuck.
dating, if you're senior or whatever fuck, and somebody's dating freshman, or if you're not a senior and somebody's dating a freshman, and you're graduated from high school or whatever the fuck, make sure they know that they're fucking weird, because that's weird.
Yeah.
It's like, you gotta have like a 3-year age, 2 to 3 year age.
I would say 2. For high school, 2.
Yeah. Like
but after high school, like when you're fully mature,
yeah,
the range can get a bit wider.
Like us, the lowest we should date is 18.
Yeah.
We are 20, so that makes sense.
Yes.
That's 2 years. Now, the oldest, that's up to the player. But lowest, 18. That's just how it should be.
I feel like, as far as I think is age gap, like if you're thinking like someone in their 30s, right? Yeah. Like 7 years before it gets a little sketchy. 7's pushing it. 4 is normal.
Like,
but 7's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because I could see myself dating like a 26-year-old, 27-year-old. They're a little older, but like I could see that. Yeah. Maybe not long. I couldn't see myself getting married to that person unless it was like it really hit. Then it's like okay, but like that when it's that much older, it's like
yeah.
Okay, but if I'm 30 and I'm dating a 37-year-old, I could see that.
Yeah, it's not weird at all.
But 20 and 27, you're still kind of...
You're fully mature.
You're early adults. You're still kind of getting
figuring shit out.
27, you're like, okay, you might own a house at that point.
Yeah,
or
not
like you
anymore.
got your car paid off or something. You know what I mean? But like, 20, no.
Nah.
Okay. My little man.
Yeah, we'll get to your riding.
It's a weird one.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me how I thought of it because I have no clue. You ready?
It's in the shower.
A furry costume rug.
Yo, actually, I fuck with that.
So you know, like the bear rug?
Yeah,
like
that's what I immediately thought of.
It's a furry one. So it has the furry head.
It's color. full. You know?
It's like green, black, whatever the fuck.
You have like a name tag on it too. See, just
Depending on
Ron.
the furry costume.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. I thought it'd be funny, so I was
Yeah.
like,
I'd buy
furry
that.
costume. Yeah.
I wouldn't use it. You know.
No.
It'd
I
just
would
be
buy
like.
it for somebody.
It'd be
for
a
a
great
furry.
gag gift.
If I knew a furry, I'd buy it for them.
It's like
just to
sending
piss
a
them off.
message. Like, I'm gonna fucking kill you at some point.
I'm gonna skin you and put you on my wall.
It's
I'm gonna
sending
steal
a message.
your whole identity and put it on my floor.
But I think, it's just something to randomly have in a random location where people see it. And they're like,
Like
why
a
the
library
fuck do you
underneath
have...
your house.
Exactly, in your basement.
In your basement.
You got
Basement
random
is
shit
a-
down there.
yeah.
It's like right beside your fucking hot water tank.
Nobody goes down there at all.
No, and they're like,
But-
why is this musty ass fucking furry rug down here?
And like it's kind of like brown and tattered a little
Yeah,
bit.
'cause it's been in the
Yeah.
basement.
Yeah.
it's yellowing. It's got rat piss on it.
I'm glad you liked that one because I liked that one.
Yeah, it's
I
something.
thought it was funny, but it was odd.
We're at like 50 minutes, right? Do we
Oh
even
my
want to
God.
do the mark the date?
Do two of them.
Okay.
Do
I gotta
two of
pick a
them.
real winner here.
Tell them what the mark of the date is real quick. So
All right, mark the date. Basically, every day is a special day, like Pancake Day.
yeah, last time it was Frankenstein
Friday.
Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, boom.
All right. Well, fuck. Vinegar Day.
Whoa. Okay.
I fucking hate vinegar. I think it
Vinegar.
smells fucking awful.
Yeah, my little brother, he loves salt and vinegar chips, and I'm like,
No,
I've tried them, I just can't.
they're not that good.
Remember that teacher we had in middle school? I would always just call him Mr. Vinegar, but his
Oh.
name is Mr. Vinegar.
Was it?
Odd last name. Yeah.
Honestly, I thought it was vinegar.
See?
Everyone
Just call
said
him that.
vinegar. I don't know.
In like 8th grade, I met with him for something. I don't remember. I had never really talked to him fucking ever. And then for some reason, one day I get pulled out of class. I go to his room, and then he's talking to me about what I want to do after high school. I'm like, I'm in fucking 8th
yeah.
grade, and
So
what I end
early.
up telling him, what I'm doing fucking now in college for fucking art shit. So it's like.
Yeah.
I knew, but it's like, but I was like, yeah, Mr. Vinegar, and he was like, no. He was like correcting me right the fuck away. No,
That's funny.
that's not it.
All right, and the last one that I knew I had to say, National Deep Fried Clams Day.
Ooh,
That is random as hell, and I love it.
how do you deep fry a clam?
I don't know, to be honest.
Because usually you like eat whatever's inside the fucking clam.
Like, are
And
you,
like the meat? That's
you
in the
know,
clam.
you deep frying shell and all, or you just scoop
yeah,
it
that's
out?
a good question. I don't think you could deep fry the shell. You know what I
I
mean?
wouldn't
Like,
think so, but
because
people will
you'd
boil
have to
bones and eat them.
Yeah, but you have to like, but boiling and frying is two different things.
That's true.
Because with the boiling, it takes way longer, and
Yeah.
it's just with water. With the frying, you're completely just trying to cook it.
Whoa.
Like the boiling, you're just.
Well, maybe it's
softening it.
something in the oils that break down the shell or whatnot. You know, you
Well,
never know.
I feel like with frying it, because frying you would have to put a batter around it of some sort.
Yeah.
Batter would fry. I feel like the clamshell would still stay hard, so whenever you bite into it, you're just breaking your teeth. Because when you
Yeah,
eat
yeah, I'm
clam,
assuming it's probably you scoop the bitch out.
yeah, because when you eat clam,
Or
it's the shit inside.
Maybe
not even the shell.
they take it in half and they just take off the top half of the shit and then put the rest of it in. So you
And
can't
then you
actually eat the bottom shell part, but you can
Yeah.
still eat the meat and whatnot.
Huh. Maybe, or they take the meat part out, fry it, and then put it back into the shell.
Yeah.
I don't know. What
You
was it
ever-
called?
Deep fried clams.
I'm gonna look it up.
You ever like actually caught a clam? Like found one in the wild?
No.
I don't know if we have clams in West Virginia. I know we have mussels.
Yeah, we do have mussels. Yeah, it's just the meat. They just
Okay.
fry the meat. It looks like, um, it looks like onion rings.
It's funny.
That's just what it looks like. All the photos I'm seeing.
I
Looks good though.
remember going in the creek when I was younger with my grandpa, and we'd find the little mussels,
Mm-hmm.
and he'd just pry them apart with his hand.
Yeah, just go.
It kills them, right?
Yeah.
But boom. It was something. It was wacky. It was cool.
When you started with deep, I thought you were gonna say something else.
Throat.
Yeah, that's exactly.
What do you think Deep Throat Day is? What day would you make it?
That'd be the best day of the year.
I'm thinking March.
Ugh. That's the noise.
Yeah.
March, maybe. I was thinking like February, like
I feel like February's too on the head of it with Valentine's Day.
yeah, like the day before,
I'm thinking the day after if you go with
the
that.
day after,
Yeah.
because you're all lovey-dovey this day, and then the next day
you're
it's like,
going.
let's get down to business, baby girl.
You got all the chocolates and you're getting her.
Don't eat Taco Bell on Valentine's Day though. You're gonna be shitting.
Watch a little story I heard from
You're gonna
someone.
be shitting.
They had their girlfriend eat Taco Bell. Right? They ate Taco Bell and she gave him head and she puked up all the Taco Bell all over them.
No, this comedian that I like watching, he has a joke about how when quarantine started, he's married, and he's like, "Oh, this is gonna be fuck heaven. We're gonna be fucking every fucking day. We're gonna have to." His joke, he's like, "We're gonna have to keep the windows open just to get the sweaty fucking hot smell, cum sweat, whatever the fuck
Cum
out."
sweat.
Yeah. And he was like, it was during quarantine, and then, they started delivering to people's houses. So what we get? Taco Bell. And, that stopped that right the fuck away.
I think a lot
like-
of people are like, "Oh, we're gonna fuck," and then it's like they're an old married couple at that point. They're like, "I don't feel like it anymore."
Yeah. But he's like, do not eat Taco Bell
No, that just seems
before you know
unwise.
that you're getting ready
Yeah,
to get.
they get things flowing too much.
Yeah, I don't eat Taco Bell anyways, so it's like...
Rarely. But every
Yeah.
time I do it, it's with other people, and they act like it's
Yep.
some special event that we're going to
I
fucking
never go
Taco
out
Bell.
of my way to go to Taco
No.
Bell. I'm not just like,
I'll
oh,
go
yeah, I
out
could
of
go
my
for
way
some
to
Taco
avoid
Bell.
it.
Yeah. I'm not just like, oh, I could go for some Taco Bell right now. No. I had Taco Bell last year because we had some for my final.
Oh,
And
I
then,
remember that.
yeah, I ate that. And then before that, I couldn't tell you the last time I had Taco Bell. So,
I remember when I worked the more night shifts, I was often considering, because it's the only thing open, because it, like, close at 4 a.m. or something?
yeah.
I'm like,
their
I'm
hours are
hungry
fucking
as
weird.
fuck, and I have to drive for like an hour to get home. But it's
Taco
like,
Bell.
I'm not getting Taco Bell. I can't imagine walking into a Taco Bell at like 1 a.m.
That's usually when most of the crackheads. are
You're like,
there.
I couldn't deal with the shame.
Yeah. They won't remember you by the next day anyway, so it's fine. Imagine being a regular at Taco Bell at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
But I
They're like,
just,
"Oh,
I
hey,
judge
Tom."
myself, you know? I'd be like,
Yeah.
you're the fucking loser going to Taco Bell at 1
Yeah.
a.m.
I hate. I think it's nice to be a regular somewhere, depending on the place, but
Yeah.
I would hate to be a regular at a fucking Taco Bell. They're like, I already know your order.
I feel like
It's
there's
like,
not
oh, no.
many acceptable places to be a regular. I think Subway's
Yeah.
the only one I can think of that's like okay.
No,
Maybe
the-
Wendy's.
The McDonald's that I work at, the regulars there, they have pride in it.
That's weird.
They do. The majority of them. You can ask anybody that fucking works at that McDonald's. It is fucking weird because the people are like, I come through here every day. It's like,
Like that's sad.
Okay, I'm sorry for you. What? I work here every day. I'm sorry for myself.
I don't
so-
want to be here.
Yeah. Why the fuck would you voluntarily come through here every day and order the food? And some
I
of them,
remember
it's like,
I rarely
yeah.
get McDonald's, but when I do, I feel sad about it.
Yeah, I end up getting it every time that I go home just because,
It's a convenience. That's the thing.
yeah, yeah. So it's like,
You're only getting it because it's like, easy, fast. The only thing nearby that isn't hyper expensive.
chicken Big Mac.
Talking about
good.
you, Dairy Queen. Fucking unreasonable prices.
I know, it's ridiculous. I do get like that $7 meal thing, chicken strip basket thing from Dairy Queen. Get a Blizzard. I'm only spending like $10.
It seems like good food. It's just pricey.
And that's probably why.
Yeah. I mean,
I
it's
don't know.
still fast food, so it's not great.
I will not get a burger from Dairy Queen again.
I didn't
won't
know they
say
sold
again,
them.
but yeah, they sell burgers.
I think their chicken's where it's at.
I ordered one. I was like, I'll try it. It had fucking mozzarella cheese sticks on it and then bacon. I was like, oh, that sounds good. And cheese.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's good. And then I didn't know they put fucking ranch and barbecue sauce on it. That
That's a
tasted like
combo.
shit because of that.
That's a combo,
It tasted
alright.
like shit because of that. It ruined the whole fucking burger. I was like,
I feel like
This is
ranch on a burger is kind of weird.
I will put ranch on. No, I won't. Never mind. I was gonna a chicken sandwich, like a spicy chicken sandwich, ranch on it. No.
Yeah.
But no, a ranch on a regular like cheeseburger. Yeah, I agree.
No.
No.
The barbecue can be fine.
Yeah, barbecue, mayonnaise, ranch,
Yeah.
not ranch, ketchup, mustard. Even though I don't like mustard, but it makes
Yeah,
sense. Like
fuck
that stuff
mustard.
makes sense. Ranch?
Ranch.
That's like putting fucking Italian seasoning on your fucking burger. Like, chill out.
All right. We'll end her on that.
Okay.
Don't forget to check out our socials: the Instagram, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Spotify, and the Facebook.
Yeah.
And if you
All
want
5 of those.
updates when we fucking upload on Spotify, because it's a little behind, a little.
Only by like 2 episodes.
Okay, for now. But you get the Twitter will update every time it's uploaded on Spotify.
And the Facebook.
I said the Facebook. That was the last. Oh, is it updating on the Facebook now?
Yeah.
What do you know? It's on the Facebook now. It'll update on Facebook
And Twitter.
and
You
Twitter.
said yeah, you said Twitter. I was
Yeah.
just and the Facebook.
I didn't know you did that yet.
Yeah.
I just
Post
remember you
on
talking
both.
about it.
We get more traction on the Facebook than the Twitter, so.
Real shocker there.
Anyways, yeah, peace out.
Yeah,
Like
don't
and
forget to
subscribe.
like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Good night.
Peace out. Bye bye.